The San Antonio Spurs fall to the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 3, 123 to 108. The Thunder have a 2-1 series lead, but today is Game 4. The Spurs just finished their shoot-around. Game 4 is just in a couple of hours at the Frost Bank Center. This is a must-win game for the San Antonio Spurs, and they're already having that mentality that they must win this game to be able to extend this series and keep their hopes alive of making it to the NBA Finals. So in Game 3, SGA had a really good game, 26 points, but it wasn't just him, because the Spurs are still doing a really good job of trapping him and getting the ball out of his hands. The difference so far is the role players. Like Alex Caruso, he's been so far the MVP of the series for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jalen Williams, the big guy, has been really good. He made 5 3-pointers in Game 3. AJ Mitchell also made some shots. Jared McCain absolutely killed the Spurs because not only he can create his own shot, but he can also get to the hole and find other teammates. The Spurs had no answer for him. So right now, Oklahoma City Thunder is getting a very collective effort outside of their superstars of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen Williams. For the Spurs, they started out really strong, had a 15-0 lead, and since then, they really took their gas off the pedal. They took some quick shots, allowing Oklahoma City to get in transition. They were sloppy executing on the offensive side of the ball. They did not play that aggressive, swarming defense that's really given Oklahoma City problems. And the Spurs just let their foot off the gas, and they cannot do that because no lead is safe in this series, and it was still really early in the game in the first quarter. And the Spurs are not getting that same bench production as Oklahoma City is getting. You know, they're relying on the stars of Wemby and Castle. And even though De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper did play after being questionable for Game 3, they did not look the same. Fox started out really strong. He was explosive, getting to the basket, even got an and one, but he also looked like he re-injured himself later in that game, and hopefully he's able to play for Game 4. Dylan Harper, he looked a step slow tonight because I think he still wasn't 100% healthy from his injury. Hopefully those guys can get some rest and be ready to play for tonight's game, because you're going to need the role players to play better. The old adage in the NBA is that the role players play better at home. So far, it's not come to fruition in this series. You need more from Carter Bryant. You need more from Julian Champagnie. Luke Cornett, has been struggling so far in this series. Harrison Barnes hasn't really given you anything as well. So they need those other guys to be able to make some shots, because the Oklahoma City Thunder made 17 threes, and the Spurs need to be able to match them offensively because the Oklahoma City's defense is really, really good. But I think the Spurs have a huge opportunity tonight. Hopefully the crowd is really into the game tonight and gives them a lot of energy. They need to win the rebounding battle, something that the Oklahoma City Thunder won in Game 3, as well as just playing with physicality and matching that physicality. Castle got fouled 2 times, and you could tell that he was getting a little bit annoyed at the physicality, and it started getting to him. Spurs need to play with a little bit more composure and really match that physicality and aggressiveness back to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and really play hard with composure for 48 minutes, because that's what it's going to take to be able to beat this Oklahoma City team. As well as, you just need the players to play better. We need to make shots. Hopefully, either Fox or Harper can be another ball handler, even if they're not 100%, because you don't want Castle to be handling the ball too much, because he already has a tough assignment guarding SGA, and you just need guys that can be able to create their own shot and find others. That's the key. And the ball movement needs to be a lot better in Game 4 than it was in Game 3. And the Spurs need to not turn the ball over, because that's really where Oklahoma City feast is points off turnover. So if the Spurs play a smart brand of basketball, let's see what kind of adjustments they make, because so far they've been really doubling Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and forcing the ball out of his hands. Let's see if they play him more one-on-one, because so far the other players have been really getting off for the Thunder. So if you play him one-on-one and really stop the other players and let him get his, let's see if the Oklahoma City offense is as smooth as it's been in the past. So let's see. I trust the Spurs, the coaching staff. They've been doing a really good job so far in this playoffs. I want to see what kind of physicality, what kind of mindset, what kind of tenacity that they bring tonight, because it's essentially a must-win game. You cannot go down 3-1 with Game 5 back in Oklahoma City. City of San Antonio is still very optimistic about the Spurs. Wemby is going to play a lot better than he did in Game 3, even though he did have over 20 points. Look for him to be totally aggressive, finding a shot in the mid-range from 3, getting to the basket, because Oklahoma City still has no answer for Wemby. They put Hardenstein on him in Game 2. They put Hardenstein and Chet on him. They kept on him in Game 3. But if Oklahoma City goes back to that small lineup, the Spurs need to take advantage and pound the ball inside with Wemby, and they need to run their offense through him, because he is that cheat code that Oklahoma City has really no answer for and cannot defend. I think the Spurs are going to bounce back. They have not lost 3 straight games at all anytime during the season with their backs against the wall. This team has a tough mindset, and the Frost Bank Center crowd is going to be able to carry this team to victory. This is Shivam Patel. We're just a couple of hours away from Game 4 at the Frost Bank Center, live from San Antonio, Texas.